3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Muddy. It's time for Coffee Talk. Ashley and Britt B here to give you the scoop on all things awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what those things are. We have talked about so much stuff recently, but I think we're going to keep it a little lighter today. Is that right? Try to anyway. I always kind of veer it.
And then it goes
totally conspiracy or national or whatever, but yeah, still fun. So what are we talking about?
Okay, so a little bit about just entertainment in general is what I was thinking.
Everybody needs entertainment.
Yeah, it's light, it's fun, and
it's distracting.
Yes. I think everyone needs some in their life.
Yeah.
There's certain people that need some entertainment way more than others, but
some people are super bored, but
yeah. So for my entertainment, locally this weekend, we went to the Washington Theater Gala.
How was that?
It was lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was neat. Miss Kathy Dooley put that on, with amongst other people, but it just was fun seeing her in her organizing platform skills and a lot of people put that on. It was the Friends of the Washington Theater, and, they put it on amongst themselves, so that was kind of cool. And everyone came dressed in their nines.
Yeah, you guys looked fire. I was like, holy
shit. It was a 20s
shoot.
theme, but I just have, not 20s themed dresses.
You looked amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So how was the turnout?
I think full. I mean,
good?
every table was full,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Excellent. So it was raising money for the
Yes.
Washington Theater
Yes.
and any more improvements that they're going to do?
Yes,
Okay,
and it was
cool.
honoring Signe Oakley.
Oh,
They
yeah.
gave her the
Key or whatever.
key or diamond or gem to the city. Or,
Just a big honor.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
and then what did you do locally? I saw, actually, you know what? I loved it because it was like,
Shoot. Parade day is one of my favorite days.
I didn't have to go to the parade.
Yeah.
I
Bob
just
doesn't like
watched
parades.
it.
You don't like, I mean, honestly, maybe it's the way I watch the parade. Okay, so
It's very entertaining.
I'll give you the skinny. Okay, so we go to a friend's parents' house who are right on Main Street down, kind of closer to junior high. So it's a perfect area. They always have breakfast and snacks for kids and adults alike. Bloody Marys, mimosas, wine, sangria. So you can't really go wrong with 9 o'clock parade day drinking,
So
right?
that's why there's so many woos.
Yeah.
at the-
Okay, but also I find it very important to stand down there and get involved in the parade and cheer everyone on as they're coming along. Because if you've ever looked at someone's face who's walking in the parade, that everyone on the sidelines is just kind of
staring
there, it's very, very awkward. So I'm like, woo, yeah, calling out every float name as they come by. Just a little bit of support. I mean,
a little, a lot of it.
It's a lot.
It's
but
a lot.
Yeah, I think the mimosas help with that. So, but it's fun. The kids like it. It's showing support locally, and I thoroughly enjoy myself.
Yeah.
So entertainment, right?
Yeah, there's no real work about it, I don't
No.
think. I guess there was still, anytime you're in public, though, there's still a little bit of work because you kind of have to, I don't know.
Here's what, I think people either know me or think they know me. And when I'm in public, I either prove them right or I prove them wrong. And that's just all I'll say. So I'm keeping it very vague. I am who I am. A lot of times I don't hide it, whether I'm drinking on parade day or out and about. I'm very outspoken, very social, loud.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, that's all those things about you.
Yeah. So I'm
yes.
like, if you see me out and about, especially on parade day, it may just be magnified a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's still me.
I never know which me you're going to get. So that's why I was saying the public, it takes a little extra work because sometimes I might be, that. And then sometimes I might just, I don't know, want to be looking at the ground. And,
I get like that too. But
and so when I am in that antisocial mode, then I'm on like a TV mode. So that's like my thing.
A zone out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What shows?
I have to zone out. Like with reading, it takes a little more concentration. I love reading. But with TV, it's the zone out. It is different, though. I feel like the new thing is putting your phone down while you're watching TV. That's hard to do. Mm-hmm. So I feel like there's a couple of shows that I have where I'm like, put the phone down and get focused in on it because you want to like get in the zone.
Yeah, you got to track on it.
Yeah. Lately, so the ones that I have been watching have been all on Apple. I don't know. It's probably my phone. It's convincing me to do so. Sure. Yeah. One of them is Palm Springs. I hope I'm saying that. And it's by Kristen Wiig. Like, she's producing, directing. She stars in it. Carol Burnett's in it. It's set in the 60s, I think. It's pretty cool. It's, I don't know. I think they call it a dramedy.
Yeah.
It's funny to me.
Is there a lot of wokeism in it?
No.
Hidden messages, we'll say. Not really even wokeism, but
not really, but it is around the time of, like women's rights and stuff like that. So that gets brought up, but it's more
feminism.
It's more historical than I don't think very many underlying messages.
Yeah.
I not that I've caught. Another one is Loot. That's a comedy, and that's based on Jeff Bezos, his ex-wife, Mackenzie Scott, like how she inherited all this money from a divorce, and she's giving it away to charity and stuff. So that's cool, and it's funny. It's Maya Rudolph,
I think.
Yeah, she's hilarious
she's
in it.
Yeah.
But my new one that I really, really like and that I can't get enough of right now, I'm just blown away. It's Fallout.
Oh yeah.
That's
on
about that. Prime, so that's not on Apple. And that is Walton Goggins. I don't know. He plays the ghoul.
I think
So it's based off a video game. I'm so like anti-video games. I don't care for them whatsoever. Yeah. So the fact that I like this is
anti
cool.
or just disinterested?
Disinterested.
Okay. Yeah.
And a little anti too because I just see I don't know.
It's not productive.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is for no. I guess just disinterested.
But
yes.
Yeah, it's not your thing.
Yeah.
So Fallout is about a video game.
Yeah, it's about like a post-atomic nuclear world. I don't know.
Okay.
It's like really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Set in 2100.
Something.
Yeah, and people are living in vaults, and there's Earth dwellers, and
we talked about this before, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think I can survive a Fallout, so hopefully I just die immediately. I don't want to fight. At this point, I'm like...
That was my mentality until I started, until I saw the show.
And now you're like, okay, tip number 1, get your water purification test, right? Yeah, no, see, I'd be like this. What, now I have to go fight somebody for food? Nah.
Yeah. No. But the mindless entertainment is necessary. I don't know. It's needed. Entertainment.
It is. It's a distraction. There's so much crap going on. But also, I kind of wonder if it's... So on purpose, like by design, all of the TV and the new stuff, and it's like there's so much consumption going on that you don't really have time to pay attention. Here I go with my conspiracy. I can't help it.
You couldn't do it.
So there was a roast of Tom Brady, right? And it's all over Netflix, and everybody's talking about it. All the famous people, all the comedians, everybody's talking about it. Like, my question is, what's going on that Tom Brady's distracting us from? Also, I think he kind of admitted to Deflategate, but we'll let other people decide that for themselves. But so as far as I have TV shows, but they're not ones that I put my phone down for because I'm just very...
You told me yours is
So there's Killing Eve, which is it's on Netflix, but I always feel like the first couple of seasons in any show on these streaming platforms are really good, but then they can't help themselves. They start to do this like agenda bull crap that I'm like, I don't want to talk about global warming.
Or they can't shut it off. Like it ended on a good note.
Yeah. Well, this season, the last season of Killing Eve is like, what is going on? They're just using it to create these like agenda, like virtue signaling. It's just like, ugh. Okay. I really liked the show before you took it off on a tangent of, basically trying to sway my viewpoints on certain things. I just want to see what happens to Eve.
Yeah.
I don't care that she's into global warming and climate change and that shit. She's an assassin. I want to see what happens to her, right? So, and then my bigger form of entertainment, which is also really weird, is podcasts.
Oh, yeah.
So I was asking you, podcasts for me have become a really weird way of getting my national news information. So rather than like legacy media, which is, probably not factual, I'm getting it from a podcast that's probably not factual either. But I'm getting it in a way that's entertaining and easy to swallow and kind of gives me my own, allows me to make up my own mind, I think. But I listen to mostly comedians, which is really weird.
That's where you can find out. That's kind of how I am too with like if I'm getting news from podcasts, it would be comedians.
Yeah.
What's the one that I always talk about that I like? The three guys.
So there's Smartless.
That's what
They've been bought out by like a bigger, or they created their own conglomerate. So now you have to like subscribe, which I'm like,
wait, what?
Smartless. Yeah, they changed.
When did that happen?
Oh, I don't know. Not too long ago.
I feel like I just listened to one.
I think you like have to subscribe and pay maybe now, unless I don't know. I could be wrong. Then there's Fly on the Wall, which is really good. I listen to Theo Von. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Shane and Matt's Secret Podcast is another great. I mean, there's just so many different ones out there, and you can find a podcast on anything, whether serious, true crime, comedy, politics, aliens. I mean, you can find it out there, and I think it's
everybody has a podcast.
But the good thing is that you can choose. We're like this, a lot of the streaming. Yeah, I just got that. We do. Yeah. But a lot of like the streaming platforms now, I feel like are kind of they're getting more and more political.
Yeah.
I know it's kind of always been an underlying issue, but now it just seems like it's getting more brazen, like more blatant. So I think podcasts, the beauty in those are that it's individually created. So you're not necessarily getting a paid for message.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, of course they have sponsors and stuff, but it's not necessarily like big conglomerates.
That we know of.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure everything is really, but yeah, entertainment is, I always go back to like see, here I go. I cannot help it. So like, like the Roman Empire, right? Where they had like the Colosseum and they did all of this
to
distract people, right? So then you start looking at our sporting events and our stadiums and our TV, and you're like, all right, what is this distracting us from?
Yeah.
But we won't go there today because I feel like we're trying to keep it light and airy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Light and entertaining.
Yeah.
Entertaining a lot like the next guest that's on our show.
Yes. So our very own Ron Kinscherf sits down with Restless Road, who's coming in town for the Gem City concert series.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss it. But for now, this has been
Coffee
Talk. We'll catch you here next time.
The Tower, a great place to meet and eat. But did you know the Tower has one of the finest drink selections in our area? Along with its incredible Mexican menu, the Tower specializes in tequilas for every taste. Names like Patron, Cabo Wabo, and Hornitos. And don't forget the margaritas. On Mondays and Tuesdays, stop by and pick up a single topping pizza and get Tower margaritas to go. Enjoy the Tower at home or in our dining room, bar area, or the Tower's signature climate-controlled porch. The Tower Pizza and Mexican in Quincy.
Welcome to the Abbey, a Quincy tradition. With 6 big screens, a new larger kitchen, and now more seating capacity, the Abbey is the place to be. Before, during, and after the big game. Come enjoy fan favorite appetizers, steaks, burgers, and a variety of daily food and drink specials. Can't join us? Carryout is available too. Now with a convenient drive-up window to better serve you. 1736 Spring in Quincy. Opens at 3 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Come join all your friends at the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
Kelly's has been a fun place to eat and drink in Quincy since 1982. A fun and friendly atmosphere, food with flavor, homemade cinnamon rolls, and famous cheese soup, the best menu in town. Kelly's, 2902 Broadway, Quincy.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay, 2739 Chestnut in Quincy.
Are you looking for the perfect venue for your next special event? Check out Utopia Event Center. Utopia has a large banquet room and an awesome bar area, perfect for anything from birthday parties to formal corporate meetings. It also offers a photo booth, stage for a DJ or a live band, and a fully stocked bar, all for only $300. Check us out at utopiaeventcenter.com or call Barn at 217-430-6559 for more information. Utopia Event Center, 900 North 12th Street in Quincy.
Find out what corn items collectors collect on this edition of Muddy River Gems, brought to you by Dot Foods. These pens were given away by, I guess seed dealers for the most part?
Yeah, and these are called mechanical pencils. We used to call them Eversharps, but Eversharp is a company itself. And they're advertising, they're seed companies and stuff that are no longer in business and things like that.
And you must have a heck of a truck, because this is a big display you've set up here, and you must have a lot of carrying space.
It folds up pretty good.
Does it?
Yeah.
What are all these rods? What are they? Wow. So we heard a lot about shelling during this program. That's what's going on here. Huh? And Jim Moffitt, you got to look at there. Your son's more than willing to shell more than he needs to for it. That's coming up on the next Muddy River Gem, brought to you by Dot Foods.
Hi, this is Ron Kinscherf with Muddy River News. We're joined by the guys from Restless Road, who will be at the Gem City Concert Series coming up in a few weeks. Guys, why don't you tell everybody who you are?
I'm Colton Pack, Garrett Nichols, and Zach Beacon.
Okay, and you guys kind of had a unique start to things, right? You didn't form like a normal band would form.
That's right. Colton and I, we met 11 years ago when we were on a show called The X Factor. And we were competing as individual singers, and then we decided to form a band on the show. And we ended up getting to be finalists. And that was all the way back in 2013. And we were just 18 years old. So really didn't know too much, but we just knew we loved country music. We loved singing together. We got along great. And basically, we didn't really get very much opportunity to put out music or go on tour until 2020 and 2021 when we started working with Kane Brown. And he really gave us a big break and opportunity to open up for him on the road and share our first EP and kind of get introduced to people. And so ever since that moment, our careers have just been full force, at full steam ahead. And we've been putting out, a lot more music. We just put out our debut album last year called Last Rodeo. We've went on 2 headline tours now. So things have just been amazing. And, we really appreciate Kane Brown too for giving us that opportunity. A lot of people don't know he was actually going to be the 4th member to our band. He was actually on the X Factor with us, but he went his own direction. I think he regrets that big time for sure.
I was just going to ask that he blew it. I mean,
he kind of blew it, but
we forget him all the time.
He got to Restless redeem himself because we got to record a song with him and call "Take Me Home" and put it out on our debut EP, and so it all worked out.
Yeah. So when was there a moment though when you guys? I mean, obviously there's quite a bit of time after you started the band that you're like, man, I don't know if we should be doing this or not. And then was there a key moment where you thought, okay, we're in the right thing, this is going to work?
Yeah,
there's tons of moments of.
Yeah, there was a tons of moments of like I don't know if this will work, and then I think in 2019 when we kind of got together with Kane and got all this stuff going, that was kind of the first moment of going, okay, no, this feels like it's our moment in our time, and so once that happened, we were off to the races.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys write your own stuff for the most part?
Yep, we try to write all of our songs if we can, and sometimes there's outside songs that just speak to you, and we're a best song wins fan. There's so many talented songwriters in Nashville that we get to work with. So sometimes somebody will send you a song, and it just kind of speaks to you, and you go, we got to record that. So like I said, we try to write all of our music, but sometimes there's those ones that just stand out, and you go, hey, we didn't write it, but this is a hit song, and we really believe in it.
So how hard is it when you're writing a song that you go through the process that, okay, I like this, but I don't know if the people on the other side of the crowd are going to like that. Do you write more for yourselves, or do you write more for, I think these people are going to like it?
That's a good question. It can be really hard to get stuck in that place of just overthinking things where maybe you do love the song, but you're not sure, or maybe it's the other way around where you feel like people are going to love this, but I don't know if I love it. But honestly, at the end of the day, if it's a song that we just can't get out of our heads, if it's a song that we can just picture ourselves singing on stage for our fans, if it's a song that we can picture ourselves singing for the next 10, 20 years, then it's something that we feel really confident about recording and sharing. And yeah, you got to just remember, if it doesn't really connect to you or relate to you, it's going to be really hard to how to really relate to anybody else. I think people can see through that at this point. So,
and you got to sell it. I mean, when you're on stage, you got to.
I think we always keep both things in our mind. I feel like it's a dance. It's a juggle between knowing what our fans have heard so far and what they might want to hear next, and just also growing as a band and doing things that we've maybe never done before, and just trying to find new sounds and stuff like that.
So there's a variety of different styles of country music out there. So how would you guys position yourself in there?
I feel like we're just a melting pot, to be quite honest. Okay. We all grew up in different places. I'm from West Virginia. He's from Alabama. Zach's from Iowa. And we all grew up with different musical tastes. And I think that really kind of shows in our music. And especially we all three sing lead. So that's something that's completely different anyways. Not a whole lot of bands or groups do that anymore. Normally it's one lead singer, but we always have this dream to, all three of us sing lead. And I think you can hear our different influences in what we do. And especially this last album, it was a melting pot of songs, a lot of different stuff. I felt like there was a song for everybody on it. You had those classics sounding songs. You had stuff that felt really 90s country. You had stuff that even felt like they could have been on a Nickelback record, like just kind of a little bit of all over the place, but it just kind of shows our musical influences growing up and what we love to listen to even still today. And I think if you constantly are doing that, there's always going to be music for people to gravitate to.
Yeah, and Cole, you just helped me with my next two questions I had written down. Is one, you're unique in the fact that all three of you guys sing. It's not just one guy who's out in front. And that's got to make it a lot of fun for you guys too.
It's a lot of fun. I think it's something early on when we started the band that we felt like was really unique and something that wasn't too present in country music. So, and actually at first it was the fact that we all did sing. It was something that maybe people gave us some resistance about and kind of said that's not how things usually work. You got to pick one singer and it might confuse people and all these different reasons. And for us, we just decided, to us, that's our what makes us unique, and it's not going to be a weakness, but it's going to be a strength. And we're going to make our own lane doing this. And if that takes some time for people to catch on, it takes time, but it's just important for us just to do what we want to do, be who the artist that we want to be. So yeah, that's one of the coolest things I think is if you come to a show, you're going to get hit with all these different vocals. It just makes really cool moments during the song, during the live set. And like we were saying earlier, we're a melting pot. So when you see our show or you listen to our album, it's definitely like a whole roller coaster of emotions and styles, and we want to take people on a journey with it. So it's definitely not like hearing the same song over and over and over again.
Right.
It's
and you mentioned Nickelback a little bit, and I listening to your stuff, I think there's a really good chance you guys could be crossover guys too, because there's not a distinct country twanginess to what you guys do, and I don't know if that's intentional or not.
No, I definitely think that's just it. I don't know if it's really intentional or it's just it's just who we are. I mean, it's the kind of music that we grew up on, and we wanted to just be able to showcase, all the different sides of who we are. Because I feel like a long time ago, it felt like when you were making albums, you always used to hear, well, everything has to be crazy cohesive and each song has to flow off of each other. And then I think really Morgan Wallen kind of broke that mold on that really big record that he had. There were so many different kind of sounds on that. And I think people enjoyed the fact that you can listen to the same record, but get a ton of different styles of music in one record sung by your favorite artist. So I think that was really cool.
So tell me about Last Rodeo. This is the latest EP for you guys, right? And what's interesting, I thought about, and I don't know if Last Rodeo is going to be your first single off this or not, but it's a simple concept about the Last Rodeo, but I don't know if anybody's ever used this in a song before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I know people have always heard, people say, well, this ain't my first rodeo.
Right.
It was just a thought at one point in time, just it ain't my last rodeo. And then at the time, Zach was going through a breakup, and we just wanted to make a song. I remember we wrote this song with Tranny Anderson and Lindsey Rhymes, and Tranny is massive. Both Lindsay and Tranny are both massive songwriters, but Tranny had just had her first #1 with Laney's Heart Like a Truck, and she had a lunch to celebrate that day. So she said, I only have a few hours of time, so we moved the right up, and we came in there and we knew exactly what we wanted to say, and we wanted to make this song, to relate to anybody, whether it was a breakup situation or it was, motivation for yourself to do whatever you're wanting to achieve, or if there's somebody that's standing in the way of a dream. We wanted it to relate to everything. And there's something, I think right now, I call it cowboy culture. It seems like it's really kind of blown up in this. More people are infatuated by country and the cowboy lifestyle now more than ever. And I think the one thing about that lifestyle is just, no matter the circumstances or what's happening, it's always, if you get knocked down, you get back up and you get back on the horse. And so we wanted to just have that song kind of embody that whole sentiment of, you can do whatever you want to. Don't let anybody stand in your way. And it's not going to be your last rodeo. Yeah,
it's cool. One more question, I'll let you guys go. So what was it like the first time you heard your stuff on the radio? This is for each of you. We'll let even Garrett talk this time.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's when you get into this, it's one of the moments that you wait for and you kind of dream about hearing yourself on the radio. I mean, you grow up listening to all your favorite artists, and when you get into this, you say, man, I just can't wait for the day that's me. And you're driving with your family or your friends, and then your song just comes on. And remember the first time we heard it, we were just kind of floored, because it's just, like I said, just a dream pinch me moment where you're just like, all that hard work and all the no's you hear, just they all come together, and you turn your radio on and you're just singing, and you're like, wow, there's thousands of people out there listening to us sing right now. So honestly, it's just kind of doesn't feel real. It's just really, really great, and a big accomplishment.
So were you guys all together when you heard the song?
Yeah, for the very first time. Yeah. Well, we heard Last Rodeo for the very first time in just outside of Boston in Hartford, Connecticut. And yeah, I mean, it's like Gary said, there's nothing quite like it. I mean, really, it's hard to put into words, but to watch a song go from just an idea to you writing it, to recording it, to putting it on an album, to touring it, and then to turn around and hear it being played for, like you said, thousands of people. That's the payoff. That's the payoff.
I lied. I got one more question for you. Have you been on stage yet where people are singing the lyrics back to you?
Yeah. Yeah, I can. We're also lucky to be able to say that we've been hearing fans sing back the words to these songs. Really, all the songs off the album, but especially songs like Last Rodeo. We've really seen over the last year how that song's really been empowering people, and that's definitely one that they scream at the top of their lungs and wait for during our set. And it's got to be our favorite song to play, just because energy always goes right through the roof.
Well, guys, thanks for spending some time with us, and good luck and safe travels, okay?
Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. Can't wait for the Gem City concert series to come back to town. We'll catch you here next time for Daily Muddy.